What's going on, everybody? My name is Hal Rudnick, and you are listening to the Your Pal Hal show right here on Backchannel. Welcome to the party, everybody. Very excited. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. Let's get over the hump. Let's take this week to the limit. let's keep it going. Let's get fired up. Let's do the thing. Let's check the boxes. Let's make it happen. Let's drop it like it's hot. Let's have at it, shall we? You know, I could keep going. I could keep going with this silly little motivational jag that I'm on. You know what? We've got a show to do. That's right. And we've got a lot of stuff to get to. It's a big show. We're going to be talking about some news, pop culture, some trending topics, and entertainment, and also goofs, gags, nonsense, shenanigans, hijinks, you name it. We're going to get after it. That's for dang sure. That's for dang sure, folks. And I really appreciate you being here. The show is better with you here and with you involved. I would love for you to participate in this show, whatever you're doing. And, I'm so happy to hang out with you, whether you're working from home, whether you're, what are you playing, some video games? Are you playing Elden Ring? What are you up to? Are you smoking some medicinal marijuana? That's great. Or are you practicing some dance moves? Are you what are you doing? Or are you throwing dirt on the Lakers' grave, like my pal Andy McClain? Yeah, the Lakers got eliminated from playoff contention last night. Yeah, they will not be in the playoffs. Oh boy, yeah. Sad. It's going to be a sad spring in Los Angeles. No, you got the Clips. But the Lakers, oh man, they're supposed to make the playoffs. That's that's a whole other thing here. We'll unpack that a little bit. And as I was saying, show is better with you here, with you involved, whatever you're doing at home. So here's how you get involved. If you are listening to the show on your at-home smart device, get your device's attention. Use the magic word, say, and then drop in anything after that. So, smart device, say, I am smoking medicinal marijuana. How are you? Smart device, say, I am painting my toenails. Smart device, say, I am staring into the endless void, contemplating my very existence. Let us know. Or you can go to YouTube, chit-chat with us there, or go to backchannel.tv, communicate with us, and leave a review. Leave a review of the Your Pal Hal show. And you can say, I wish Hal would talk more about that medicinal marijuana. Or, I wish Hal would stop talking about staring into the endless void. Or, you know what? I tuned in today and Hal was clean shaven. I like when he cleans up his act. Andy McClain, good thoughts there. You know, Dodgers are my National League team. Minnesota Twins are my American League team, are my team. The Minnesota Twins are my team. But yeah, since I live here in Los Angeles, I enjoy going to Dodger games, etc. And yeah, they're my National League team. Baseball season starts tomorrow. I am excited about that. I am quite a baseball enthusiast. Looking forward to the grand old game. Springtime's here. You know it's spring when you hear the crack of the bat, the roar of the crowd, the smell of the peanuts, the sound of the babies, the view of the ladies, the smell of the trucks. The sound of the car horns. It can only mean one thing. You're trying to get the hell out of that Dodger Stadium parking lot. Dodger Stadium, Los Angeles, worst parking situation. You can get in, but it's like Hotel California. You can check out, but you can never leave the Dodger Stadium the Dodger Stadium parking lot. It's hell. The sixth level of hell is the Dodger Stadium parking lot. It's ridiculous. Do I play fantasy baseball? Asks S. Friedman. Heck to the yes. I absolutely play fantasy baseball. And every spring, you know what? Hope springs eternal in the spring. Everyone has hope for their team, for their actual team, for their real life team that they root for, and their fantasy baseball team. You know, I just had my fantasy baseball draft over the weekend, since you ask, S. Friedman. And I started to get pretty confident in my team. And then I had a couple of drinks in the middle, and I had a whiskey while I was drafting my fantasy baseball team. And I was a little bit buzzed, and I think I made a couple of ill-advised moves. I got a little overconfident. Mavs Rangers game on me if you ever find yourself in D-Town. Oh, man, if I ever find myself in the vicinity of the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, Andy, I would be delighted. Oh, I would love to go to Arlington, or I would love to see Luca and the fellas. That is careful, Andy. I might just take you up on that if I happen to ever find myself down in that lovely part of the country. And yeah, Friedman, if I would be down if you guys if we can get your hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on Twitter at Hal Rudnick. And maybe we can figure something out. Because I would be all for it. We could draft a team, and that would be a blast. And maybe we can get producer Travis into the fantasy baseball league. I don't know if I know he's a basketball fan. I don't know how he feels about baseball. Producer Travis, are you in the house?
Yar. Hello.
Yeah, what's happening, my friend? So, Travis, before I go further, not going to miss it today. It's 11/11. Make a wish. Okay. Now, whether you make a wish at 11/11 or wish on a birthday cake and the candles, if you wish on a shooting star or you wish on a wishing well, remember, international wish rules apply. You can't tell anyone what your wish was, otherwise it won't come true. Travis, would you kindly tell me what your wish was?
No.
There you go. Travis abiding by international wish rules to make sure his wish comes true. S. Friedman, a Yahoo League, you can make it a regular segment. Yeah, we could touch on it, but I like that. I don't want to ward off other listeners. I know Rob Schaefer and some folks were like, yeah, maybe a rejected segment on that fantasy basketball talk. But if we did have a league, we'd give weekly updates for sure. Definitely give a Friday update.
Absolutely.
Travis, would you be interested in joining a fantasy baseball league, or is baseball less of an interest for you?
Here's my caveat. I know the least about baseball in all of the major American sports.
Sure.
That said, being the good little improviser I am, of course I'm down. I'll figure it out.
Oh,
let's do it.
Nice. All right. So, the four of us, I think we'd need at least 8 to make it not so ridiculous. But what we could do is so here's how it might work. Mm-hmm. We would all have to be online together at the same time.
Yes.
Kind of coordinate.
We have to coordinate the draft.
And jump into the same public league at the same time. I've done it that's what I do every year with my friend.
Oh.
My friend with a basketball league. We just jump into a public league all at the same time, and it is Yahoo.
It's not bad. And this could carry over to the football season too. If it goes and it goes well,
Maybe.
no reason.
I mean that could be a lot of fun.
All right,
So
all right.
yeah, like we jump into like the four of us or anyone else. If anyone else is listening, we'd probably ask Rob Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, Simon. So
Ask
Simon's a
your
sports
mom.
fan. I would love to ask I would help my mom.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's collusion I can get behind.
Thank you. All right, so TBD on that. I mean, we could start a week later, so it's
Yeah.
not.
What is it? Opening day's Friday? Is that
Opening
right?
day's tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Ooh.
Yeah, grass puddle may be down for sure. Oh, if we could get all of our regular dudes, and Holly Gutierrez, who stops
Yeah.
by on occasion, Matasaro.
Is anybody in Backchannel chat?
Sure. Would MDL? Yep. Would Mario Smith want to get involved? He's a big
that's not
baseball
bad.
fan. You know what? Anthony Davis, not a sports fan, but you know what? Why not though? Why not?
That'd be great.
A lot of possibilities. Rob Schaefer. Rob Schaefer's down. Very nice.
You and
Very
me
nice.
both.
Hell yeah.
Fantastic.
All right, we're gonna have to figure this out. If we could get 12.
Okay, we'll set a
Oh,
preliminary deadline.
If we could get 8, that would be
the private league. There you go. Done.
Yeah. Should we get our producer Rob?
I don't know if he follows, but I'd be more than willing.
He's a sports fan. He's a sports
All right.
fan.
Yeah, I'd be into that. Get to a 2 Rob league. Heck yeah.
All
So
right.
let's set a little light deadline of we'll have this figured out if we're going to do it through the weekend. We can on Monday announce if it's happening or not.
Very nice. All right. if we had our private league,
Yes.
where there was just like 8 of us or something,
Yeah.
then we could just schedule our own draft
Absolutely.
for whenever we want it.
Yeah.
I just got a message from Simon on Instagram. Let's see if he's talking about.
He's chowing in any way he can.
Oh,
Love that.
His chat's not showing up on the show.
What?
I'm just writing. Dang, hope you figure that out. We miss you. All right. So, Travis, before we jump into the rest of the show, anything to report?
Yeah, last night I took the ride. I went and saw Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yes. So let's have a quick chat about this.
Quick chat.
Yeah, because I had told you that I like the performances. I like what they were going for. I like the combination. I like the daughter a lot, and the themes of being true to one's culture, and the themes of familial bonding and acceptance from one's parents, and I like that it took some big swings with some fantastical elements. That said, I didn't think it was stunning and groundbreaking. Thoughts, Travis?
It put my brain in the toilet. It was absolutely one of the more, I think, impacting theater experiences I've had. That said, I'm not a movie buff. I am a little baby veal chop when it comes to, my film library personally.
Sure.
From what I understand, I picked up on some of it. Something that I appreciated mostly vicariously through my film person friend whom I saw it with. There were multiple allusions, references, and homages to, something as obvious as the office scene being the Matrix. There was a staircase scene from Titanic. There was some Wong Kar-wai stuff thrown in there, some real film head stuff that, from what I understand, people are going to be combing through for, a year or so to come. Overall, I really, really enjoyed it. There was a point, I think, about like maybe halfway through where I was like, this is the only film that matters. This is it. We've done it. And then right around that 2/3 mark, when we get into like the middle of part two, before sort of the wrap up where we go through, explore all the themes pretty overtly, there was a sense of like, okay, this is functionally a lot. This is a lot, a lot, a lot. And I think they may be not overstuffing it, but I think we're overreaching a bit. And I started to, your voice echoed in my head of like, yeah, there's a certain sense of this. I appreciate that they use the idea of a multiverse as a device for the story.
Yeah.
But there was a point where it got a little messy for me. That said, overall, in terms of like, if this is going to be the trope that we're in, I appreciate that this is the art house take. It was the most effective use of a sci-fi device to drive home the emotions of a film I've seen, and again, not seeing a lot of stuff, since Eternal Sunshine.
Interesting. Yeah. I liked it. I just felt like the multiverse wasn't as clean as Spider-Man No Way Home. And it wasn't as funny and fun and inventive as Rick and Morty. And it's in this like middle ground where it's like, wait, okay, if anything is possible, but then why is, minor spoiler, the daughter plays kind of the same figure throughout. So it's an allegory, but the multiverse didn't completely make sense.
Yeah.
The rule, it played a little fast and loose with the rules of its multiverse. Whereas Spider-Man, when I say it's clean, it was just like, I get it. Okay, this multiverse, it could kind of just have its cake and eat it too. And I guess if you have a billion and one innate possibilities that anything can happen in this multiverse, then I guess you can play fast and loose. But I don't know. It was at a certain point, I was like, I get what you're doing. I don't know, like, the ratatouille, like the hot dog fingers. I was a little, I don't know. I was half in, half out.
That's
half
where
in, half out on a lot of that stuff.
That scratched the like if you had told me, hey, the guys who made Swiss Army Man are gonna make a gigantic swing sprawling multiverse adventure.
Oh, is it the guys who made Swiss Army Man?
Yeah, I found that out kind of midway through. So they were like, yeah, well, they did this. Like, oh, yeah, so that's where that kind of Kaufman-esque, maybe being John Malkovich, just really weird thing comes into play, which in a normal movie is a quirky element that stands out. In a movie of this magnitude and this dense, I agree with you, kind of ends up, the colors sort of run together in the wash. And for me, I'm like, cool, I'm down. But it's like shoegaze. You can never really tell, what instrument is doing what when you're listening to shoegaze. And this was something like that.
Right on. I appreciate where you're coming from. Yeah, so it sounds like you liked it a little bit more than I did.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And but I didn't dislike it. I just feel like I don't know. I don't know what I was expecting, and but I'm just seeing it being lauded. And again, this is Everything Everywhere All at Once. Everything Everywhere All at Once. Worth checking out. Absolutely worth checking out.
Yeah.
It's a little film that might, it might not be around forever as far as in theaters. Check it out, either in theaters or when it comes to streaming. And Michelle Yeoh's fantastic. And it takes some big swings, and it's definitely not a by-the-numbers movie, And it's... You know what? You'll have a good time. Check it out. I'm just a curmudgeon. That's how the movie Curmudgeon. By the way, I heard from Simon, and he says he would be down. This league is coming together.
There we go.
All right. So do me a favor, S. Friedman and Andy McLean. I think you have before, and I apologize if I'm not recalling. But please hit me up on Twitter so we can direct message and we can get this league fired up. That would be a blast and a half. The viewer and listener fantasy baseball league. Stacy's here. Greg is in the house. Very nice to see you guys. Uh, Stacy is a big baseball fan, and I know Stacy likes the Texas Rangers. Very nice, very nice. Oh, just like Andy McClain, a couple of big Texas Rangers fans, and excellent, excellent. I also want to give a shout out to Measly Wombat, Certain Quagga. What's a quagga? Like we have these animal combos. Have you ever heard of a quagga?
Not once.
Yeah. Let me see. What's a I'm gonna look up a quagga.
Yeah.
Oh, yep, it's an animal. Oh, it's like, oh, it's a, it's essentially a half zebra. It's a subspecies of the plains zebra. It's a subspecies of the plains zebra that was endemic to South Africa until
What
it was
the
hunted to
heck?
extinction.
Oh, look at
Oh
this
no,
guy.
that's a sad story.
That is a
Yeah,
sad
it's
story.
literally it's like a half zebra. It's like stripes and then the stripes stop. It's a zebra horse. Horse and
Yeah.
zebra have baby, or a zebra donkey.
Quagga. No
Quagga.
kidding.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I wish we still had quaggas around.
Yeah, look at
You
that
know?
guy. It's great.
Look at that guy. Oh, what is that? A taxidermied quagga right
I
there?
think so. Yeah.
Now that's just a zebra right on the
Yeah, it's just a zebra.
second row. Yeah.
Of course, it seems like it's funny. These two seem as related to the zebra and the horse. What is that? The Tasmanian
Or is that a
tiger?
hyena?
Is that a hyena?
Oh,
What is that?
I don't know.
Thylacine.
Oh, my grandfather was on thylacine. He
Oh,
had to take 30 milligrams of thylacine daily. Just kidding. Okay, let's jump into the Twitterverse. Let's dive into the Twitter sphere and see what's trending. See what the hell's happening right now. All right, what's happening in the world? Oh boy, Ukraine. Let's get a little update here. U.S. and EU sanction two Putin daughters and toughen penalties on Russian banks. You know what? Yeah, going after sanctioning the kids. You know, I think I think we got to send Hunter Biden and Don Jr. into Russia to maybe form some kind of truce and maybe wed the Putin daughters. Hunter Biden would do it. Don Jr. might do it. I think you know what? That's called diplomacy, folks. The Biden administration, the G7, and European Union have announced severe and immediate economic sanctions on Russian President Vladimir Putin for his invasion of Ukraine. The following actions include full blocking sanctions on Russia's largest financial institution, Sberbank, and the largest private bank, Alfa Bank. Sanctions were also levied on Putin's children. Foreign Minister Sergei Viktorovich. Sergei Viktorovich. Let's try that again. Sergei Viktorovich. Lavrov's wife and daughters and members of Russia's Secretary Council. U.S. President, they were all sanctioned. U.S. President Joe Biden is also expected to sign a new executive order that will include a prohibition on new investment in Russia by U.S. persons wherever located, further isolating Russia from the global economy. Gotcha. You know what? We might as well roll this into the next story, Travis, because it's a little bit of a breakdown. The shock and awe, the financial shock and awe of the sanctions. Financial shock and awe. That's for those of you out there who are not of a certain age. They talked about the phrase shock and awe came into parlance, I think, around the first Gulf War, because they say, like, when in 91, I think it was, the U.S. went in and hammered Saddam Hussein over Kuwait, and they called that campaign shock and awe. Andy McLean saying Hunter versus Don Jr. would be a good episode of Celebrity Deathmatch. Hell yeah. Or a good actual celebrity boxing match. Like, you know, we live in a world where you have all this celebrity boxing. Jake Paul versus like Tyron Woodley and former basketball player Nate Robinson. Hunter Biden versus Don Jr. I'm here for it. I'm sad to say. Listen, my brain has been poisoned by the political climate and by the state of pop culture and social media. So, yeah, I'm here for it. I would watch, or at least try to stream it for free because those sites pop up the links pop up during the fights. I would try to stream for free and definitely search for the highlights of Hunter Biden versus Don Jr. I am sad to say. Yeah, absolutely. S. Friedman says, I would not marry Putin's daughter. Make her angry once. Daddy can poison S. Can you poison S. Friedman for me? Yeah. I mean, we've seen it happen far too many times. These weird Russian poisons and of anyone who gets on Putin's bad side, Alex Navalny, etc. All right, weaponization of finance, how the West unleashed shock and awe on Russia. Free to read. All right, let's go ahead and click on this article in the Financial Times 5 hours ago. Let's take a peek. Let's take a little look-see. I'm going to click on that. There's Janet Yellen. Weaponization of finance. How the West unleashed shock and awe on Russia. Let's just get a little taste of this because, you know, like I keep hearing it, but it's not all, you know, I don't know if I could give a TED Talk on it. So here we go. It was the third day of the war in Ukraine, and the 13th floor of the European Commission's headquarters, Ursula von der Leyen had hit an obstacle. The Commission president had spent the entire Sunday working on the phones in her office in Brussels, seeking consensus among Western governments for the most far-reaching and punishing set of financial and economic sanctions ever leveled at an adversary. Want to keep scrolling, please? A deal was close, but in Washington, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen was still reviewing the details of the most dramatic and market-sensitive measure, sanctioning the Russian central bank itself. The U.S. had been the driving force behind the sanctions push. But as Yellen pored over the fine print, the Europeans worried that the Russians might get wind of the plans, were anxious to push the plans over the finishing line as quickly as possible. Van der Leyen called Mario Draghi, no relation to Ivan Drago, the Italian Prime Minister, Mario Draghi, and asked him to thrash the details out directly with Yellen. Thrash them out! We were all waiting around asking, what's taking so long, recalls an EU official. Then the answer came. Draghi has to work his magic on Yellen. By the evening, agreement had been reached. Yellen, who used to chair the U.S. Federal Reserve, and Draghi, a former head of the European Central Bank, are veterans of a series of dramatic crises from 2008 to 2009 financial collapse to the euro crisis. All the while, they have exuded calm and stability to nervous financial markets. But in this case, the plan agreed by Yellen and Draghi to freeze a large part of Moscow's $643 billion of foreign currency reserves was something very different. They were effectively declaring financial war on Russia. Let's see if there's, are there any, how long is the article? I don't want to keep going. Are there any bullet points? The West has been steadily increasing its use of sanctions.
It just kind of keeps going. It's a reader.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Scroll back to right under that graph there, if you don't mind.
Sure.
The weaponization of finance has profound implications for the future of international politics and economics. Many of the basic assumptions about the post-Cold War era are being turned on their head. Globalization was once sold as a barrier to conflict, a web of dependencies that would bring former foes even closer together. Instead, it has become a new battleground. So, the potency of financial sanctions derives from the omnipresence of the U.S. dollar. It's the most used currency for trade and financial transactions, with a U.S. bank often involved. So, interesting article from the Financial Times on how these sanctions came to be and how this has become just more and more a tool. I mean, you might not have been able to do it at this level 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So there you have it. More on these sanctions as we continue. And yeah, but then you hear that, okay, the ruble went up because Russia, one ace in the hole that they have, Russian energy supplies are crucial for the EU. And so it's a delicate dance. It's a delicate dance. You can't just say, oh, we're cutting you off. You are alone. And then also is where does China stand on this? China still not completely condemning Russia. So it's a lot of variables there. Just a little bit of a peek behind the curtain at some of these sanctions. Continuing on with trending topics, just one more thing about the world and and the doom and gloom. Political commentator and thinker Noam Chomsky. He's 93 years old now, and he's just a very well-respected mind, one of the great thinkers of modern times. He says we're approaching the most dangerous point in human history. The U.S. professor, now 93, on climate catastrophe and the threat of nuclear war. Great. Good stuff. Good talk, everybody. It's been fun. Nice knowing ya. Noam Chomsky. He said that the climate crisis, the world is we are in the midst of just polluting and destroying the planet at just a breakneck clip. And then all the nuclear powers in the world are mad at each other. So where do we go from here? I don't know. What is this? DEFCON 4? Where are we at? Where are we at with that? But yeah, the most dangerous time in human history, says Noam Chomsky. So start working on that bucket list, folks. Tick some boxes. Any more from him? Any other bullet points from this? On the war in Ukraine, it's monstrous for Ukraine. Why did he do it? There are two ways of looking at this question. One way, the fashionable way in the West, is to plumb the recesses of Putin's twisted mind and try to determine what's happening in his deep psyche. On Trump's return, I remember listening to Hitler's speeches on the radio. I didn't understand the words, but I understood the mood, and it was frightening and terrifying. When you watch one of Trump's rallies, that can't fail to come to mind. That's what we're facing. Yeah, I mean, that level of authoritarianism, that level of villainizing the press. I'm not saying Trump's ready to genocide, but, slippery slope, slippery path to go down. And he's already ticking some of the other boxes. In lighter news, Rob Schaefer says if we do a fantasy league, whoever gets last place has to grow mutton chops for a month. Not bad, not bad. S. Friedman says, I'm one of those people that decided not to have kids before because I see no bright future. Yeah, it's, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we will colonize Mars and we'll all be living in Elon Musk's bubble. Back to the fantasy league. Andy McLean says loser has to enroll in Herman's School of French Kissing for Dogs. That's a reference to a comedy sketch that I did. You can look that up on YouTube. Herman's School of French Kissing for Dogs. Stacy says we are in the last of days. You know what? And certain Quagga says we are in end times. So I'm glad, you know what? I really brought the room down here. You know what? You never know. You never know. Listen. We can. There's still snacks to be eaten and movies to be watched. Still snacks to be eaten and movies to be watched. S. Friedman says, I saw a poll that had Trump up by 8 points over Biden if the election was held today, or some nonsense like that. I mean, it's craziness. It's craziness because the guy tried to disembowel democracy by stealing the election. Trump did. We're going to do the fantasy league, and we are not going to make it till the end. No, I think we'll survive till the end of the baseball season. S. Friedman. All right, other trending topics. So Noam Chomsky sounding the doom and gloom, and I can't completely disagree with much of it, folks. It's a couple. So Travis and I talk about this all the time. There are a lot of days. Everything has a day. National Hot Dog Day, National Vaping Day, National Doctors Day, National Nurses Day, National National Dental Hygienists Day, National Pharmacists Day, National Hamburger Day, National Cheeseburger Day, National Bacon Double Cheeseburger Day, National Avocado Bacon Double Day. Today we've got a couple of days. Happy International Asexuality Day. This is, I would absolutely say that I haven't even seen that flag before. You know what? That's an interesting color scheme. I don't hate that color scheme. And international asexuality. I would say that asexual folks very underrepresented. Like you hear about the L's, the B's, the G's, the T's. But kidding aside, I've known a couple of asexual folks, and I believe one of my a comedian who I enjoy, Ms. Paula Poundstone, is might be the most famous asexual person. Paula Poundstone. I'm looking at Travis. Are you familiar with the comedic stylings of Paula Poundstone?
Yes, I am. In my earlier years, I was a avid listener of Wait, Don't Tell Me, on which she was a regular panelist.
Oh, yes, me too.
Right?
I love Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Great show.
Yeah. So she says, I don't talk about sex a lot because I don't actually have sex. Yeah, she discussed her asexual lifestyle. Good for her. You know what? Like at the end of the day, be happy. You don't have to do others. Mm-hmm. Do you? Do you? And I hope we live in a world where people can relentlessly and joyfully do themselves, and by that I mean live their lives and make the choices that that affect them the best, and that they want live their lives how they want to be living their lives. So listen, whether you're asexual or an asexual ally, I'll be an asexual ally. I'll say don't have the sex. Yeah, I heard that, Rob Schaefer, but she was acquitted of that, and so hopefully, yeah. Rob Schaefer pointing out Paula Poundstone arrested and charged with lewd sexual acts on a child in 2001. So I know she was acquitted of that, so hopefully it was just a misunderstanding, because obviously that's horrific. So hopefully she is asexual. Yeah. You know what? This Paula Poundstone conversation took a dark turn. But her aside, I hope that was just a misunderstanding. And to all the asexual folks out there, enjoy. You know what? Enjoy, and more sex for the rest of us, if that makes any sense. Happy International Asexuality Day. Travis?
I thought that was a Brody Stevens coming on. I was like, is he about to do an enjoy it? Right on.
You know what? To all you asexuals, enjoy it.
All right.
I love Brody. R.I.P. Brody Stevens. All right. And it's also National Student Athlete Day. You know what? Now, these student athletes, they're having the sex, because let's face it, who's having sex in high school? Not this guy, not this nerd dork. I was a nerd. I had fun. I was a little, I like to think of myself as maybe a little. I was elected student council president because I was doing comedy stuff in high school, but I did not have my game on lock with the ladies. Oh, wow. Rob Schaefer saying Paula Poundstone not acquitted, pled to 1 count of child endangerment. Interesting. All right. Well, you know what? I'm not going to let her give a bad name to all asexuals, though. I'll stop making her the poster child. Oh, the AV club was getting all the action. But in high school, yeah, it was the captain of the football team. It was the athletes. The athletes, less so the mathletes. But mostly just me. I think everyone else except me. But National Student Athlete Day. If you're a student athlete, and whether you're having sex or not, today's your day. Let's bring up that thread for National Student Athlete Day. Oh, Rob Schaefer, good memory. Yeah, the bowling team was sadly rolling gutter balls in the sack. You know what I mean? Rob? Let's just say we were not picking up the spare. Okay? It was a little bit more of a 7-10 split when it comes to our aplomb with the opposite sex or same sex or whatever we wanted. Yeah, I don't think there was a lot of action on the bowling team. To all of our hardworking Huskers, happy National Student Athlete Day. To the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Rob Schaefer, the official attorney of the Your Pal Hal show, a proud Nebraskan. Bruins, happy National Student Athletes Day. There they are, some ball players. Let's hear it for Team USA collegiate athletes. From the classroom to the international stage. Very nice, very nice. Built different. National Student Athlete Day. Oh, that looks like a nice alley-oop or something. Now S. Friedman is speaking up. We got a dissenting voice in the room here. And I will give equal time to a dissenting voice. Listen, you don't have to agree with me. Why do student athletes need a day? They're getting all the sex. It should be National Pizza Face Day. They're the ones that need a smile once in a while. I mean, pizza face is a little bit of a disparaging, or a lot of bit of a disparaging term, but yes, the folks with some dermatological issues, zits, pimples, scabs on their face from where they picked at themselves too much. By the way, I'm glad to see our pal Simon, the backup plan. Simon, I hope you got it all situated. Great to see you. Yeah. S. Friedman, you make a good point. S. Friedman says, I can say it. I was a pizza face, LOL. Andy McLean, one of my former students, is about to commit to be the kicker for Texas Tech, where I went to college. Very proud of him. Heck yeah. Through the uprights. Nicely done. A booming. Oh, that kid must have a big leg. Must be a lot of yards on that leg. A lot of yards. Nice. That's very cool, and especially going to your alma mater. That's awesome, Andy. Very cool. You can watch him. You can watch him on Saturdays and say, "That's my guy." Nice. I like it. But the kicker is a lonely job. Some days you're the hero. Some days you're the GOAT. You miss that field goal, you're walking off by yourself. Head hung low. But if you make it through the uprights with no time left on the clock, that's a good one. All right. Let's see what else is trending. Student athletes. Coachella. All right. So this is for Rob Schaefer. You might want to earmuffs right now. Kanye dropped out of Coachella. But The Weeknd and Swedish House Mafia will replace Ye at Coachella. Listen, I like The Weeknd. He does not have the song catalog that Ye has. That's for sure. Like, if I was going to Coachella, I'd be like, all right, I'd mess around with The Weeknd, but, he was cool. He was in Uncut Gems and whatnot. He did that weird Super Bowl halftime show that was kind of cool with the mirrors. A little polarizing. Not everyone loved that. But Travis, how do you feel about the Swedish House Mafia? Travis is the music enthusiast on the show.
Because as we know, you don't care for it. I think it's interesting that it's not two separate acts. They are legitimately co-headlining, I think, as one artist, so to speak. They have it listed here as Swedish House Mafia X, which means plus, and The Weeknd. So in terms of a consolation prize, I like that because it's not just replacing one act with two; it's giving people something kind of special because of that.
Very nice. And you have what does Swedish House Mafia do? Or they make
DJs?
Beats?
Yeah,
DJs.
Yeah, electronic music, legendary in their genre.
Sure. Are they? Who's? Would you say Swedish House Mafia or DJ Shadow?
Ooh, I listen to a lot more DJ Shadow and stuff that they've touched than Swedish House Mafia. I'm just not too into EDM. More into the stuff that DJ Shadow does. But
yeah, I like DJ
group.
Shadow. Billie Eilish, and then who's headlining that first day?
That is Harry Styles.
Oh, I isn't he more handsome than he is great at music?
I mean, I'd say so personally. I think Harry Styles writes fine music. I think it's not as good or in Venom or as far-reaching as he gets credit for. But that's, if you're the top of the 0.001% of the music industry, anything you do, people are gonna fall over themselves. It's what's happened for decades.
Gotcha.
But I appreciate him for, in his own way, trying to break the pop conventions that he does. Not to say there's anything wrong with just being his pop artist, but the way that he is embracing exploring different genres with his each, new album cycle.
Sure.
Good for you. Good for you.
We got S. Friedman with some good stuff here. Pete Davidson can go to Coachella now that Ye is not involved. And also saying Swedish House Mafia sounds like a group that threatens to put all your furniture together for you. That's great. That's great.
That's good.
Very, very nice. Very nice.
I do have to give a slight shout out of somebody that, not a close personal friend, but somebody I knew, who's one of my best friends, was a good friend of his in college at UC Santa Cruz, Still Woozy, headlining the second line of artists at Coachella.
Wow.
Good Lord. Sven,
Wait,
you're
so-
killing it.
Oh, wow. Who's Still Woozy?
Still Woozy is a guy named Sven from Danville, California, that I knew when he was a student at UC Santa Cruz and used to play in this relatively big for the local scene band Feed Me Jack, and has since found a huge audience over the past couple of years, creating just some real groovy, interesting lo-fi pop. And
Hell
it
yeah.
couldn't happen to a nicer guy.
Certain Quagga says Harry Styles is the Jimmy Garoppolo of music. Ooh.
Whoa!
Handsome but mediocre. Handsome but mediocre. Because Jimmy Garoppolo, that's, you know what? He may not be Peyton Manning, but he's a handsome son of a gun.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is hilarious.
And Certain Quagga, so Certain Quagga, we got Andy McLean saying one thing, Certain Quagga saying the other. Certain Quagga's like definitely Swedish House Mafia. Andy McLean liked that DJ Shadow pull. So they might be like DJ Shadow was bigger in like the early 2000s, right? Wouldn't you say that, Travis?
Yeah, that's about right.
And maybe Swedish House Mafia is a little more preeminent now.
Mm-hmm. And even, I mean, the preeminent now, reaching back to like the 2010s, they really,
Right.
that like early 2010s to the mid, they helped, both of them, I think, helped define the sound at the time. And of course, DJ Shadow, my gateway to him was just the all-time collab with Run the Jewels and that one track.
Oh, yeah.
God, what is that? Don't Speak?
Picture
No,
this.
not that.
Do,
Yeah. With
yeah.
that great music video, just great track, all-timer.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Also, I got turned on to some early DJ Shadow stuff. He's got a lot of just bangers, just great hypnotic tracks.
Yeah.
Is it 7 days?
I think that's the name of it.
Yeah.
I don't want to misquote myself here, DJ.
7 days or 6 days?
That's it. No, 7 days. Nailed it.
7
No, 6
days.
days. I'm sorry. 6 days. 6 days.
6 days. 6 days. I knew there were days, and I knew it was either 6 or 7. Yeah, DJ Shadow's great. Yeah, I'm a big fan, but respect. Listen, we're welcome to, whether you're a Swedish House Mafia fan or a DJ Shadow fan.
We take all kinds.
There's room for you at the table here on the Your Pal Hal show. Oh, a fellow Nebraskan, Rob Schaefer. Do you know Terry from Nebraska? Terry, thanks for hanging out here. Happy belated National Nebraskan Day. Unarmed bird in Oregon. Listen, I don't know where you'd put your arms, your firearms if you were a bird. So we have an unarmed bird in Oregon. Pat in Texas. What up, Pat? Nice to see you. Noted buzzard in Washington. Oh, a notable buzzard, a noted buzzard. Oh, you know what? If there's carrion, if there's a dead carcass, the noted buzzard will show up. Noted buzzard, glad to have you here. Elizabeth in Illinois, thanks for joining us. YouTube, that's their name, so yeah, I'll accept it. Certain Quagga, Stacy, our great friend. Stacy's a fan. Stacy likes that country and western music, and I appreciate that. Alan Jackson. Nice. That's some. I'm a fan of outlaw country. I like the old. I like old country. I like. Yeah. I'm a Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Patsy Cline. Take me back to the old school because I'm an old fool. And London calling. Rob Schaefer says, "Welcome, Terry." Kyle Harlow says, "If their lead singer is the Swedish Chef, I'm in." The lead singer of Swedish House Mafia is the Swedish Chef. I don't know if the Swedish Chef is their lead singer or if he's just like cooking for them while they're on tour. And then one more story, folks. Spider-Man 4 question mark? Sam Raimi said he would be open, and Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man 4, after Doctor Strange 2, sounds beautiful, says director. I mean, I think there's an appetite for it. Would you be here? Spider-Man 4 starring Tobey Maguire is something Marvel fans are desperate to see after his sensational return in Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, desperate to see? Maybe. I don't know about desperate, but like open. I would say open to as opposed to desperate to see. Now, his original trilogy director Sam Raimi, who is also helming Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, has shared how he'd love to make the fourth movie finally happen after it was originally ditched. Wow, that would be fascinating. Who would the villains be? Would they... I mean, I know Amazing Spider-Man 2 would wanted to go in the direction of the Sinister Six. More likely that we get Amazing Spider-Man 3, says S. Friedman. Interesting. Yeah, the Andrew Garfield one. So the possibilities abound. That movie would be awesome if he was like the mentor to a Miles Morales and passes the torch by the end of the movie. Andy McClane, great call there. I mean, definitely, we're getting the Miles Morales vibes into the Spider-Verse. So, yeah, a lot of good thoughts there. But, yeah, Travis.
I remember when it was proposed, or right when it was shelved, it was John Malkovich signed on as the Vulture.
And, of course, we've got Michael Keaton as the Vulture eventually in Spider-Man Homecoming. So, yeah, but the limitless possibilities. So
that's exactly what Sam said.
The world may be ending, but there's still limitless possibilities for Spider-Man. It is 12:01. We're going to take a short station break. Take care of a little business here. We'll be back in moments. Stick around right here on the Your Pal Hal Show. And we're back. Thanks for sticking around, folks. S. Friedman brings up a good point. We were talking a little bit about Sam Raimi and the Marvel Universe and Spider-Man before we took a short break. S. Friedman says, if the world is nuked before Galactus makes a proper appearance in a Marvel movie, our ghosts riot. Yeah, you got that right. They've been threatening that for a long time. So some good stuff there. Earlier in the chat, I just noticed that our friend Greg from Ohio asked what my shirt said on it, and this is a Circus Liquors shirt right here. Circus Liquors in North Hollywood. And I was up in North Hollywood the other day, and I drove by and I bought this shirt. Travis, could you pull up a picture of the Circus Liquors clown and show it there? This is my favorite landmark in Los Angeles. It is ridiculous and frightening and amazing. It's a relic from another time, and it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare clown who is the mascot for a liquor store, Circus Liquors. Let's see, what do we... Oh, there it is. Look at that evil... That clown is the stuff of nightmares. Like, look at the look on its face. That is an evil, frightening clown. And I'll just show you the back of this shirt. Here you go. So, oh, there it is. All right. So, also, did you get a good look at my butt there? So... Got my Circus Liquor shirt. Yeah, it gives Pennywise a run for his money, for sure. All right, so yesterday, I'm a dog person, but we talked about a very special cat yesterday, Jorts. Jorts the cat, who is become a mascot for the pro-labor movement, the labor movement in this country. And we were talking about the unions that have been formed at the Amazon warehouse in New York, at the fulfillment center, at Starbucks in Buffalo, New York. Some unprecedented turns of events. So now there is a furry, friendly little orange mascot for pro-labor, and we're going to do our Twitter deep dive and take a look at the Twitter account that belongs to Jorts the cat. Jorts and Jean, but Jorts the cat. And S. Friedman says the clown looks like a customer of a liquor store. Yes, potentially. Getting off work and being like, oh, all right. Now Papa needs a few laughs. Give me a fifth of whiskey. All right. Jorts the cat. Jeans helps me. jortsandjean@gmail.com if you want them. 172,000 followers. 172,000 followers. All right. Here's their pinned tweet from Jorts. I am purring very loud because I love you all. Oh, and this is, you know what? We're going to take a little look at Am I the A-hole on Reddit in just a few here. But this is from the Twitter account, Am I the A-hole, for perpetuating... what's the question? Am I the a-hole for perpetuating ethnic stereotypes about jorts? Oh my goodness! All right, well, I guess we got to take a look at this now. Ethnic stereotypes about cats or orange cats. All right. This post is about two cats who are named Jean and Jorts. Cat tax here. We have two workplace cats in one area of our work site, and they add value to the work site. Oh, this was Pam. Is this the one from... Yeah, my colleague Pam. Yes. So Pam... We had talked about this in talking about jorts, that this woman had said it was race, like This guy was being racist to cats. What was it, Travis?
I
What
don't
was the
recall. Did
exact?
we talk about that?
Well, remember we said Pam is the a-hole for complaining about the cats,
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah, Pam is the
yeah,
villain.
so
Pam is the villain.
yeah, Pam was the villain in the story.
That's
All
right.
right, let's keep. So yeah, I think we kind of covered this. This woman said
Yeah.
that this guy like racially profiled cats. You know what? I'm it's an overused word. I feel like I'm a fairly woke guy. Yeah, don't please never come at me with being racist to cats. That's where I draw the line. Okay, all right. Starbucks claims to be a progressive company, yet Howard Schultz just called unions an assault on companies. The only assault happening right now is Starbucks legally firing their workers for speaking up about mistreatment on the job. Justice for Layla, Starbucks Workers United. And George says, that's right, let's get them. Yeah, I mean, I've had plenty of day jobs in my life, and it's you're not there for fun. Hopefully you can be treated equitably. Unions, I believe, are a good thing to make sure that corporations are not taking advantage. But in a capitalist, like, listen, this society, America runs on Duncan. Capitalism runs on what? The blood of their workers around the world. So, and calling it out. But here I'm sitting here benefiting from it. We're all benefiting from it. But yeah, thoughts. Let's more of jorts. Let's get some more jorts up in here. Let's get some more jorts up in this party. What else is jorts tweeting? See some of those jorts tweets. Hey, Jorts the cat, we've got to go poop in someone's shoes. Use the minion here. Use of the minion here really sells it. Uh-oh. Attention employees of blank. All right, let's see this. Oh, boy. Attention employees of blank. So this is a sign that was hanging at an actual business. Work is not meant to be fun. This is your job. Do not dedicate work time to discussion of non-work topics. Whoa. Do not facilitate friendships during work hours. Exchange phone numbers and or hang out after work is complete. What? Reach me at blank if a coworker is having non-work discussions on company time. Work is not your daycare. Whoa. And look at that. That's become a funny like phenomenon for like especially like boomers, maybe like out of touch Gen Xers, to use a minion to punctuate something like serious or off-putting. Like, oh, here's a fun minion meme. Have you noticed this phenomenon, Travis, of people using minion memes in
he's the
places
patron.
where like, oh no, that doesn't feel.
Yeah. No, the
What's
minions
that?
have become the minions have become the patron saints of like boomer administrative assistants and dental hygienists. It's just
Yes, 100%. Oh God, yeah.
not great.
What sullying the minions have been weaponized by by the forces of evil, just like in the movie, right, Travis?
Exactly. It's prophetic. It's happening.
Wow. I don't like it. I'm against it. All right, let's see some more jorts. Hello, Howard Schultz. I have some questions and feedback. And there's a picture of jorts. S. Friedman saw that sign and just became a communist. See? I'm telling you, they're pushing people in the wrong direction. You know, that pushed me closer to becoming a democratic socialist. All right, let's keep scrolling. Jorts and Gene. New Starbucks has fired yet another outspoken Starbucks Worker United union leader in Buffalo. This is just 3 hours ago. Angel Krempa worked at Starbucks for 2+ years. Her harassment started the day after she testified to the NLRB. The reason Starbucks fired her is demonstrably false. Yep, it hurts the business model. Damn, and I like Starbucks. Am I going to have to stop drinking Starbucks? Travis, should I stop drinking Starbucks?
For this and many other reasons. Mostly that it's not good. Yes.
No. You can take your controversial food opinions and skip over me with that. Look at this.
Yes? Was it a credit card?
It's a Starbucks Gold card.
It says Ha Rudnick.
That's because it got rubbed off in my wallet. Card holder since 2013.
That's good. Good for you. We love consistency, and people finding what works for them. But hey, this might be the straw that breaks the Starbucks back. This is not pretty good behavior. These are your corporate allegiances.
Yes, Dairy Queen and Starbucks.
Look, I'm not one to fault anybody for finding what gives them joy. But Starbucks is not good. It's bad. It's really bad.
S. Friedman says Travis is the man. Starbucks is crap.
Okay, just because it's bad doesn't mean I'm good. Hold on now.
You know what? You're a voice of truth. He likes where you're coming from. So, but you know what I say to Starbucks? Take my money. I am very loyal to. I'm a loyal Starbucks drinker. I feel like I've heard that they really goose the caffeine in their coffee, and maybe I'm just addicted. So
could be it.
I don't know.
I mean, one thing you can say about them is they are certainly always there. If I'm ever on a road trip,
they're always there.
Yeah, I've never had to drink gas station coffee in the past decade because there's just a Starbucks.
Gotcha. Yeah. I'll go one further, Travis.
Sure.
I shot a movie that I've mentioned on the show before, The Adventures of Billy Stone, the Lost Medallion, The Adventures of Billy Stone.
Mm-hmm.
I shot it in Thailand. We were all over the jungles of Thailand shooting this film. I was in Thailand. I was in Thailand for a good month and a half, and just like all over the country. It was an amazing experience, beautiful country. But I was in a rainforest. I found the only Starbucks in like a tiny Thailand town. Like, I went on a journey. I searched high and low. I found every Starbucks in Thailand.
Wow.
Because I need it.
I'm legitimately impressed.
Oh, Rob Schaefer, broadsiding you, Travis. You see that? Do you want to read that comment?
Yeah. Hey, look, I agree. This is essentially what I was saying. Also, I do appreciate the idea of you like hacking through the rainforest, searching for a Temple of Doom-esque Starbucks hidden away somewhere in Thailand. Mm-hmm. Rob Schaefer saying 2 things can be true at once. 1, Starbucks is bad, true. And 2, Travis is a fool for his food opinions. Yeah. Don't listen to me. I can't have dairy. What's my opinion worth?
Rob Schaefer just hit you with a drive-by. Rob Schaefer was like, hey, Travis.
And this is one of those rare drive-bys where it happens, and I'm not there on the side of the road laying down going, I get it. I understand.
Yes. Like, I deserve it. Give me all that lead.
Come back around for time.
Yeah. It's all good. Well, that's the Twitter of Jorts the cat. Jorts, what a good kitty, right?
Yeah.
On the side of might and right, and good. I mean, that should be the bare minimum. In the quote unquote richest country in the world, that give people a bare minimum of care when they are in your employ.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. What? Sorry. One more tweet from this account, if we may.
Yeah. Darth says, Starbucks, I will fail to stop your workers from unionizing for $4 million. I am a bargain, Starbucks. More perfect. Starbucks has fired its top lawyer, Rachel Gonzalez. The company's high-paid legal team has lost repeatedly in efforts to stop the rapidly growing union drive. Gonzalez will receive an $8 million golden parachute from Starbucks. Meanwhile, their workers can't take a break.
Yep.
Or whatever the case is.
Imagine being bad at your job and they give you $8 million. Wow. Or not bad, but it not working out. And then being like, well,
fired. Or
yeah.
look at all these, look at all the vice presidents and CEOs, et cetera, that have to retire or that have to step away in disgrace, but are given a handsome settlement.
Mm-hmm. And end up behind the scenes lobbying for this or that, and woof. Oy.
Yeah. Rob Schaefer saying, he kids. You're a good dude, Travis. I'll second that. All right. So we had teased it earlier, and we're going to take a peek at the Am I the A-hole thread on Reddit. And Travis, as always with Reddit, you never know what you're going to come across. So I will bring it up myself and go through it. No need to bring it up on the screen, just in case there's any profanity or photos, etc., that could be distressing. All right. Am I the a-hole? Don't answer that. Here we go. Okay. And chime in, folks. I want to know, do you agree? Would you say that the person is an a-hole or no? By the way, certain Quagga, I really enjoying all of your info here, all of your participation in the show. Appreciate you shouting out my dedication to find the Starbucks. And yeah, there should be more union jobs out there. Time for them to come back is now. Nice. Stacy asks, did you know you can find Garfield on Netflix? Stacy, you may have given me a new search. Thank you. Shout out to Loving Baboon in Washington. Billy in Arizona. Thank you for joining us. Stacy letting us know she likes little Willie Nelson too. Glad to hear it. All right. So this is Am I the A-hole? Let us know what you think about this. Am I the a-hole for using my husband's money to pay for my daughter's Apple iPhone that he broke? I mean, I would think no, but let's take a look at this. My daughter is 16. She had her old phone for 5 years and always wanted a new phone. I'm the only one working right now since my husband decided to take a break from work after he inherited some money from his dad. I saw that she did pretty good at school, and despite having mental health issues that have gotten in the way of her focus before, so I decided to keep her encouraged and reward her by getting an Apple iPhone that cost a good sum of money. Yeah, a brand new iPhone does cost a little bit. I did my best to save money to buy it. I literally skipped paying for breakfast at work to be able to afford it. And my husband didn't want to help, so I was on my own. I bought her iPhone, and quite honestly, I haven't seen her this happy in a while. It was refreshing for me because she really went through some hard times the past couple of years, emotionally and mentally. Oh yeah, the pandemic is tough on kids. My husband wasn't happy with this, and he said the iPhone will only distract her from school and chores, but that wasn't true. In fact, it encouraged her to do more. But he still said I shouldn't have spent that kind of money on an iPhone that she might be irresponsible with and break. My daughter picked up on his attitude towards the iPhone, but I told her to ignore him. Days ago, I found out he broke the iPhone. I asked why, and he said he asked her to get him something from the toolbox in the garage, but she was on the iPhone and ignored him. He used this incident as evidence that the iPhone was a bad influence, but I yelled at him and demanded he replace it. He said he wouldn't, so I took money out of his account and paid for a new iPhone and gave it to my daughter. He saw what I did and went off, calling me vicious and awful, and accused me of stealing his father's money and demanded the money back, every single penny back. I basically told him it won't happen. He got his mother on me saying I'm setting a terrible example for my daughter by getting her a phone paid for with money that I stole from her dad. My husband said he won't speak a word to me till I fix this, but I already said I owe him nothing. Am I the a-hole? And he is her biological father, not stepdad. The price of the phone where they live is $1,000. It's not cheap. So, interesting. I think the dad is the jerk face here. We will use the phrase "I am the jerk face." It's a little more broadcast friendly. But yeah, Travis, any thoughts on this one? Who's the jerk face?
You know, I have no dog in the fight, but if I had to pick one.
Mm-hmm.
It's the husband. Look, more often than not, at the end of the day, just like even if it's not, just do it. Just it's the husband. It's the dad. It's the husband.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah.
There you go. S. Friedman chiming in. The husband wanted the hammer from the garage to destroy the iPhone. She didn't get it, so he destroyed the iPhone. In all seriousness, no teenager needs the iPhone. Here's your Nokia brick. Ha! Thank you for that, S. Friedman. All right, let's find another one of these. Am I the jerk face? Am I the jerk face? Am I the jerk face for letting my fiance fend for himself after he constantly compared me to his mom? All right, let's see. My fiance had a heart attack and required an open heart surgery 2 weeks ago. He just got home a few days ago, and I'm caring for him. A little backstory. His mom and I don't have a good relationship. Since the beginning of my relationship to my fiance, his mom would constantly try to compete with me and one-up me on everything. She always claimed she should be the first woman in my fiance's life because she birthed and raised him, and how I can't break their bond. For the most part, those comments were unprovoked, and at first I would be too scared to defend myself. But later, I stood up for myself, and my fiance stood up for me and established some boundaries with his mom. His mom sometimes crosses some of those boundaries, but for the most part, she's been acting a bit better. During his stay in the hospital, both I and his mom took turns staying with him. Ever since we got home, I am the one caring for him 24/7, and I don't mind. I love him. I want him to get better. But I got extremely upset because after we got home, he was being ungrateful about everything. What? Come on, dude. He started comparing me to his mom. No. He started saying his mom would do everything better, and why can't I do it like his mom, since that's how he likes it? He gives backhanded compliments to the foods I make and says, it's good, but not like mom's. Whoa! He sometimes also snaps at me because I won't do something quick enough or properly. uh, enough, and he will tell me words like, I wish my mom was here. She wouldn't be so useless. Just tell her to come here if you can't do these basic tasks. I was patient with him. I didn't want to upset him during his recovery. What made me lose my mind and leave the house was when he told me that his mom was probably right when she said she should be the first woman in his life, since she'd care about him better than I do, and how it was a mistake establishing boundaries with her, that I was the one he should have established boundaries with. Whoa. After this comment, I didn't think twice. I just packed 2 clothes on my handbag and left and went to stay at my cousin's house. He called me and said that I'm a jerk face for leaving him alone while he's recovering, that I should have at least called his mom first so she'd come. I told him he should call her and it's none of my business anymore. My parents told me that I was out of line, leaving him to fend for himself, yada, yada, yada. Okay, so, yeah. Here's the thing. This woman is correct in being put off, but she needed to call the mom. So I am going to say because she left the dude who just had open heart surgery, and that's going to put you in a mood. You know? You get your sternum opened up for heart surgery or whatever they had to do. That's going to put you in a mood during that recovery. So I'm not saying that he's right. He's wrong. But she should have stayed through the recovery and then dealt with it, or called the mom, arranged for the mom to come, and then bounced. Just bouncing and like leaving him to be like, okay, let me take care of myself and, arrange. Yeah, that's, I would say, the way she handled it makes her the a-hole, even though I don't want her to be the jerk face. I would say she's the jerk face. As much as I hate to say it. I want to welcome Charisse into the house. Charisse in California joining the stream. Charisse, are you snacking on anything today? What are you snacking on? Good to have you here. Travis, any thoughts on this one?
I feel like it'd be better TV if I had something different to say, but no, I agree with you. You don't want to leave the oven on. You want to cover your bases. It's okay to be mad and upset. And at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. But yeah, call the mom. It's not worth someone dying over it or whatever. Like you said, this guy's way out of line, but don't just dip. If not for, the love in your heart, then for the fear of ramifications.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. It's S. Freeman here. Just, yep.
Yeah, Rob Schaefer saying they're both. And I would agree. Mm-hmm. Okay, here's another one. Am I the jerk face for giving my out-of-touch roommate a dose of reality? Okay, let's see. My university randomly assigns roommates, and I was randomly assigned to Evan, in quotes. Evan has rubbed me the wrong way ever since we met. After we first introduced ourselves last August, Evan asked me what I did during the summer. Before I could respond, Evan interrupts me by telling the story of how his family spent a month and a half cruising around the Florida Keys in their yacht. He then pulls out his phone and shows me pictures of the yacht and their beachfront vacation house. I don't know if he's deliberately doing it. Evan has referenced his family's financial status in nearly every single conversation that we've had. Before winter break and spring break, Evan subjected me to a long AF complaints about how the beer virus made it hard to travel. I just sat there rolling my eyes because, once in a lifetime worldwide disruption, Oh, so they're talking about the pandemic disruption, and you're worried about not going on international vacations. Fortunately, I don't have to deal with him that much because he's gone by the time I wake up, comes back around midnight, and goes home on most weekends. Last night, Evan suddenly started crying as I was in the middle of my calculus homework. He said through the tears that his younger brother was just diagnosed with early stage cancer. I tried to have sympathy for him, but I just couldn't. I said, "What's the problem? They caught it early and your parents can always toss a couple grand at the best doctors money can buy. I'm sure he'll be fine in the end." Evan immediately stopped crying and said, "Wow, F you," and left. Was I really the a-hole here? The fact that Evan stopped crying so suddenly makes me think that he was just trying to score some cheap sympathy points with me. Huh. Oh, Corona equals beer. S. Friedman, thank you. Yeah. To as out of touch as this roommate is, to be that harsh in the face of someone divulging a family member's cancer diagnosis, you're the jerk face. You're the jerk face. That's it. I mean, Travis, this person needs a dose of reality.
Yeah, there's a phenomena that hopefully people grow out of, but like kids often will look to get attention through sympathy, even if what is wrong isn't directly affecting them. And like, yeah, that's exactly correct. The kid's probably going to be fine. She maybe could have handled it a bit more deftly, could have been a little more tactful, but I also understand being frustrated with somebody and being like, you're fine, stop this. Yeah, the jerk face. Yeah, kid's a jerk face.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. You handled it. You handled it incorrectly. You handled it incorrectly. Shout out to Savannah in Idaho. Pick a potato for me. Good to see you, Savannah. Welcome, welcome. Terry in Texas. Glad to have you, Terry. Welcome to the party, pal. Thank you for being here. S. Friedman says, yeah, Evan sounds insecure and out of touch, but you don't do that when someone tells you about a family member with cancer. Maybe sink the yacht next time. That's more acceptable. There you go. You go and you drill a little hole with a manual drill. You drill a little hole. Like, you put your hands on, like, right under the water, and you drill a little hole under the water into the yacht, and then that yacht's going to sink. Is that how water and boats work? I think so. I'm not listen, I've never professed to be a mighty sailing man. That's Popeye. I am, I am not Popeye. Nor have I ever claimed to be. But I think that's how boats work. All right. Oh, there's an embarrassment of riches here. So, okay. Let's try this one. Am I the jerk face telling my friend about why a lot of people don't like her? I am... I can be an insecure fellow. I can be a classic overthinker. And sometimes I want, like there have been a couple of situations where I want to ask someone who's a mutual friend of someone I feel doesn't like me, hey, give it to me straight. Does that person not like me? But I hesitate. I don't ask. So let's take a look at this. Am I the jerk face for telling my friend about why a lot of people don't like her? I have this friend. She's very straightforward. She also struggled with making friends, which took a toll on her mental health. She's nice and sweet, but the problem is she has no filter. I appreciate her honesty, but sometimes she pokes fun at my insecurities, despite me coming clean to her a couple of times on why we should lay off topics about dress sizes and body weight because it triggers my body image issues. Okay. So we went to the mall, and she wanted to help me shop. I told her I wear a size medium or large, and her first reaction was, "Oh my God, you're a large? I'm extra small. I can't believe you're large." I tried to laugh it off and told her, "Yeah, I'm not petite." I didn't think much of it until she started handing me clothes that are sizes small and extra small, which I obviously can't fit into. She also started repeating over and over on how she couldn't buy this shirt because they only have it in small and it was too loose on her. She then went on about how she could fit into child size clothes. She basically spent the entire afternoon talking about how she was extra small and I was large. I hit my boiling point when she commented that I don't look Japanese to her because my face is round with and big with no V line. She eventually asked my opinion about why a lot of people don't like her. Since I was so pissed off anyway, I told her straight, it's because you act like a pick-me girl and you are overly competitive over pointless things. She stared at me in disbelief and started crying. I usually apologize, but this time I didn't. Should I call in and apologize? You know what? I think the girl that started crying, I think she's the jerk face. And she needed to be set straight. And additionally, she asked. And she exhibited button pushing jerk face behavior. Like, I think it all adds up. That's a clear, like, Rob Schaefer, I think if we were in court, like, case dismissed. That's the jerk face right there. I mean, are you with me? Travis, any other thoughts on this? I mean, I feel like this is a clear cut. A clear cut.
Yep. Right angles, clean cuts, measured twice. Nothing to say about it. Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, especially because she asked. So she exhibited the behavior, she asked, and there you have it. So this was a little bit, am I the jerk face, aka am I the a-hole, on Reddit, and you can find that if you just search for that, it'll pop up. There are a lot of questions on there where some people are, some people aren't. Cherie says my Echo no longer lets me interact with Backchannel using my voice, so I have to use backchannel.tv. Charisse, well, I appreciate you being here. Thank you for going the extra mile. And you can either use backchannel.tv or you can go to Backchannel's YouTube and communicate with us there. But Charisse, for you going, taking it upon yourself to make this communication happen, I salute you. Also, Charisse was eating an apple earlier. Shout out to apples, an all-time classic. That's nature's candy. An apple, something sweet, a sweet treat from nature. And I'll tell you what, Charisse, I might be having an apple with my lunch after the show. That's just a little insight into what's going on right here. I want to give a shout out to Funny Bobcat in the house. I want to give a shout out to Zhu in Ohio, and Savannah in Idaho. Hello again. And Emmett in California. Denny's in Iowa. Denny's, are you a restaurant or a human being? Let us know. Please let us know. And if you want to talk with us, you can get your smart device's attention, use the magic word say, and then put in anything after that. So smart device, say, I am a living, breathing, talking restaurant. Or smart device, say, I'm a person, not a restaurant. Or smart device, say, I am neither person nor restaurant. I'm a ghost. S. Friedman saying, but did she know that the extra petite girls actually like this, acted like this usually? Well, I don't know. I wouldn't make a sweeping generalization about slender, extra petite. But I don't know. But S. Friedman, if you've had some bad experiences with the extra petites, let us know. Let us know if you have am I the jerk face experience. Chime in. I would love to hear it. My mom says, "Who could not like you? You're the best." Oh, mom, you're the best. Oh, moms, aren't they great? And yeah, my mom also agrees that this was a clear cut. Clear cut. Uh, oh, the one girl acted like, but did she know that the that one girl acted like this usually? Good question. Good question, S. Friedman. Yeah, but it seems like that young lady, the extra petite young lady, was in the wrong. All right, moving on. Easter is almost here. Travis, what are your Easter plans?
Uh, apparently nothing. When is it? Is it this Sunday?
Let's look at the calendar.
I don't know.
Easter is coming up.
17th.
Oh, the 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not this. It's a week from this Sunday. A week from this
I know.
Sunday. And listen,
Probably panic
I
about
don't. I don't.
taxes.
I don't. Oh yeah. You can get an extension.
Ooh,
That's what I always do.
nice.
So often. So Easter is one of the great times to enjoy a little bit of candy. And this is a very much a snack forward zone right here on the Your Pal Hal Show. So, in honor of the upcoming Easter holiday and sweet candy snacks, we're going to walk through the best and worst Easter candies. The best and worst. Most popular Easter candy rank worst to best. Ranked worst to best. And this comes from Mashed. Mashed. A little website called Mashed. All right. So Easter is all about the candy. So the worst candy, they're saying right out of the gate. This is a controversial opinion. Peeps. Where do we stand on Peeps? Are you a Peeps enthusiast? Oh, Emmett chiming in. Thank you for the shout out, Emmett. Emmett confirming it's next Sunday. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. Cherise saying petite actually means short. Emmett letting us know that Emmett is a person, not a restaurant. Thank you, Emmett. Emmett, I'll tell you what, it was never in doubt. It was never in doubt. Emmett, are you a fan of marshmallow peeps? Marshmallow peeps. I don't mind them. You know what? If I was to get a little Easter basket, which even though I'm a Jew, I've gotten Easter baskets, okay? It can happen. I enjoy eating one, but I don't seek them out, if that makes sense. Like I'm like, "Oh, got to have one." But I'm not like, "Oh, gimme dem peeps." Is anyone like, "Oh, gimme dem peeps"? I don't know. They list it as last on the list. Not a fan of marshmallow peeps. Charisse chiming in, back to our other conversation. Uh, I wear petite sizes even though I'm almost 5'8". They're actually XL petite sizes. It's just a shortcut. Gotcha. Charisse, thank you for the clarification. Much appreciated. And Emmett says yes. Certain Quagga still hanging out with us, saying yes. Good to see a certain Quagga. And again, where do you stand on marshmallow peeps? Andrew McLean, all about the rankings. The Easter episode of South Park is hilarious if you've never seen it. Nice. Emmett might be a person, says S. Friedman. Not a restaurant, but he lives in Miami. Ah, nicely done. Nicely done, S. Friedman. Moon's Over Miami, a classic Denny's dish. All right, let's see what's next on this list of Easter candies. Easter candies. Number 15 on the list is coconut nests. Russell Stover, coconut. Those are good. You know, and I think they're kind of a road less traveled. That's a very specific one. if you're going to include this on the list, like this one's kind of a banger. It's a tasty little crunchy coconut. I would put the coconut nests higher. Even though it's disgusting milk chocolate and not dark chocolate, it's still good. So coconut nest number 15, I think that's a little low. Let's keep going. Coming in at number 14 with a bullet, chocolate covered marshmallow eggs. Yeah, I like that packaging. I like that egg box packaging, but that does not sound the most. Yeah, those are okay, but not the most. I would have put I would have put the coconut nests over the marshmallow eggs, the chocolate covered marshmallow eggs. Emmett drinks tequila. I like it. Emmett, thumbs up for the tequila. What's your brand? I like Casamigos. Number 13, Cadbury cream eggs. This is sacrilege. Cadbury cream eggs is like a delicacy. My mom loved Peeps. By the way. So this list is already ass over tea kettle. Yeah, I love Cadbury cream eggs. This is shocking. A shocking turn of events that Cadbury cream eggs is number 13. Mom, do you remember how every Easter when those seasonal Cadbury cream eggs would appear at the store, I'd be like, gotta get my cream egg. Yeah, I already don't like this list. Even though Cadbury cream eggs, as a grown man now, I realize it is quite the sugar bomb. But yeah, if you're eating candy, you know what you're getting yourself into. Let's see number 12. Ugh. Brock's classic jelly bird eggs. That sounds gross. I like jelly beans, but you got to go Jelly Belly with all those flavors. This looks gross. This looks disgusting. This whole list is out of order. Yeah, but we'll continue. Let's go onward. Let's trudge onward. This list really has got me furious. Brax Marshmallow Easter Hunt eggs. You're putting this trash above Cadbury cream eggs? Nope. No, sir. I don't like it one bit. I'm furious. Foil wrapped chocolate eggs. You know what? Those aren't bad, especially if you get a Nestle's Crunch one with like crunch inside of it. But to put that above the Cadbury cream eggs, yeah, my guy Emmett's like, that's nasty. That's nasty. Emmett, I would need a shot of tequila to cleanse my palate. Whoo! All right, number 9. Solid milk chocolate bunnies. That's a classic, but a little low on the list, I would say, too. The solid milk chocolate, all of that, those trash Brax egg, like jelly egg, not my cup of tea. This is a good one. The mini Reese's peanut butter eggs. All right, I'm here for it. I'm a Reese's peanut butter guy. I love Reese's. I'm all up in this. But 8 is a little low. Okay, let's see what they got higher than the Reese's peanut butter eggs, because I will crush a Reese's peanut butter egg. Cadbury caramel eggs. No, sir. No. No, sir. Cadbury caramel egg is not better than Cadbury cream egg. No, not gonna do it. I hate it. I don't like it. Next. Number 6 on the list. Robin eggs. Those are pretty good. You got the chocolate and the crispy coating. It's like an M&M on crack. Oh, it's a Whopper? Is it a Whopper? That's not a bad one. All right, we'll give you a pass on these Robin eggs. We'll give you a pass on this. All right, let's keep going. Yeah, my mom remembers when I was crazy for Cadbury eggs. Cadbury mini eggs. Oh, these are like the milk chocolate ones. All right, these are good, but I wouldn't rate these over Reese's peanut butter eggs or Cadbury cream eggs. Yeah, so let's keep going. This whole list is out of order. Big Chewy Nerds jelly beans. That's nice, but above Cadbury cream eggs and Reese's peanut butter? No, sir. You're wrong, sir. No. Certain Quagga chiming in. They love Easter candy. Great. Reese's peanut butter eggs. What? Wait. What? Travis, can you get in here, please? What? What just happened? Didn't we just have this on the list?
Those were mini eggs. These are the big ones. Big egg. They like these more because they're big eggs. I don't know. I'm out on this whole list. Easter candy is, you can have one of anything, and then it's like, what am I doing to myself? That's my take.
Gotcha. All right, let's finish this. Starburst jelly beans.
Never mind. I'd house these.
Okay. All right. Travis likes this. I'm like, I think there's like too many types of jelly beans on this list. All right. Let's get. What's the last one? Number 1. This is their top one. Hollow milk chocolate Easter bunnies. What was that other that chocolate Easter bunny?
Solid. It was solid.
Oh boy. All right. There's your list. A little out of order for me. Travis, not a candy enthusiast, apparent, but he would like those Starbursts. And speaking of candy, we've come to the rejected segments, and I don't like that. I don't know where we got this rejected segment from. So the rest of the show's over. Now it's time for the rejected segment. And the rejected segment is Hal eats chocolate dipped in mustard. Hal eats. Wait, so what is this, Travis? I'm supposed to take this little piece of dark chocolate and dip it in mustard and eat it?
That was the workshop.
But it would be like 10 minutes of that?
Well, yeah, and then we're going to bring in some more. You don't have to do it, though, as a thing. You don't have to.
I just got mustard on my thumb. Look, I just got a good glop of mustard on my thumb. All right, so... All right, so here's the mustard and here's the chocolate.
No.
All right, so I got chocolate mustard right here.
No. Don't do.
Not great. Not great.
No. God.
Thanks for watching, everybody. This has been the Your Pal Hal Show. I've loved all the participation. Please come back tomorrow, 11 a.m. on the West Coast, 2 p.m. on the East Coast, 1 p.m. in Omaha, Nebraska, the home of Rob Schaefer, attorney at law. Thank you to everyone who hung out with us. Thank you to everyone at Backchannel. Kyle Harlow says the mustard chocolate's still better than Peeps. Stick around for my friend Mario Smith. He's got a great show coming up next, The Drive with Mario Smith. Thank you, producer Travis, for holding it down. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to go rinse my mouth out. Bye-bye.